All right, welcome back for the October 14th, 2020 meeting of the Ascension Parish Planning Commission. All commissioners are present, with the exception of Mr. Chasson. Mr. Parrington, do we need to do a swearing in for zoning as well?
No,
or we're
sworn in
covered?
for both.
Perfect. All right, can we get staff introduction, please?
Jamaica Banker, zoning secretary.
O'Neill Parrington, Parish Attorney.
Lance Brock, zoning official.
Jerome Fournier, Director of Planning and Development.
Eric Poche, Senior Planner.
All right. Item number 4 on the agenda is a motion to accept the minutes of the August 12th, 2020 meeting. Do I have a motion? Moved by Mr. Dumas, second.
Second.
By Mr. Furman, all in favor?
Aye.
Any in opposition? Hearing none, motion passes. Item number 5 is the chairman's comments. Chair has no comments tonight. Item number 6 is a public hearing to amend the Ascension Parish Development Code for recommendation for approval or denial to the Ascension Parish Council of 6A is zoning review ID PZ 2441.20, Lot A1 being the re-subdivision of Lot A, formerly a portion of the James E. Gore property for Shane Anderson, located on the south side of Louisiana Highway 431, approximately 1,500 feet east of Airline Highway, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium-intensity residential to mixed-use corridor. Staff. Oh, let me go with I'm sorry.
No, that's fine if you need them first.
No, you can go first.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Anna Skias, and I represent Shane Anderson. And he's coming before you to approve and recommend to the Parish Council rezoning Lot A1 from medium-intensity residential to mixed-use corridor. Mr. Anderson is the owner of Parian's Hot Shot Service. It's a local company that hauls freight all over Louisiana, and he's requesting the mixed-use corridor rezoning so that he can come into compliance with the zoning ordinances. Currently, he operates Parian's Hot Shot out of a shop that's located on Lot A1, and it's zoned as medium-intensity residential. So with this type of business, this shop essentially is a meeting ground. In the morning, the guys come to the shop, pick up the Hot Shot trucks, and go off for their day's business, and then they come back and they just park the trucks and go home. So it's usually pretty quiet during the day. So rezoning this property is appropriate for mixed use for a couple of reasons. First off, this property is located on the south side of Highway 431, about 1,500 feet east of Airline Highway, so it can definitely, it can handle this type of zoning change roadway-wise. There are other commercial businesses in the close vicinity. We've got M&B Air Conditioning that's right across the street, and you have all the businesses up and down Airline Highway. And also, this request is in line with y'all's Ascension Parish Master Plan. So where this property is located is right outside of a neighborhood hub in a commercial district, according to the plan. We've obtained some letters of approval from MB Heating and Air Conditioning. Like I said, they're located right across the street. Mr. Eugene Joseph is located directly west of them. His bedroom actually butts up probably 60 feet from the shop. He said he's fine with the zoning change. He doesn't hear anything. He's never disturbed by the trucks coming in and out. There is also a B. Dean Riley Jr., which I don't think y'all have his letter, but I can provide it for you. He got his letter into us a little late. He's located across the street from Mr. Joseph, and he says he's got no issues or concerns with the proposed rezoning request. So unless y'all have any questions, we humbly request that y'all approve.
How long has your client been operating his shop?
Out of that location?
Yes.
Since I believe 2019, so not terribly long.
I mean, did he open his shop and before rezoning or before the rezoning request?
Yes, sir.
So he was operating a shop in non-compliance and now he wants to change the zoning map to come into compliance?
Yes, sir. He did receive a violation letter, and he's been working with the parish to try and come into compliance.
Staff?
Yeah, she's correct. But yes, staff recommends to accept the rezone as requested based on Ascension Parish Master Plan.
All right, we'll open this up for a public hearing. Is anybody signed up? Yes.
Anybody, but he's filled his out.
Do we only have, is there only one person here to speak on this tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you mind if I move?
No, I do not mind. And
Thank you.
I know who you are, Mr. Gotro, but please state your name for the record.
Sorry. Hey, my name is Barry Gotro. I live at 102 06, Highway 431 in Santa. I live directly across the bayou from Mr. Anderson. This is my first time speaking at a public event, so please bear with me if I'm a little hesitant, I guess I should say. First of all, I want to thank you for serving on the Planning Commission. Your service is greatly appreciated. I also want to express my sincere appreciation for the decisions that you have to make. That have to be made by you and the staff. I'm referring to the staff only because I didn't, when I got the packet here, it says the staff recommends, and then I realized who the staff is, you know. So I'm not here because of dislike of my neighbor, Mr. Shane Anderson. I've never met him. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I'm here, though, to oppose the rezoning of this property. I was able to obtain a copy of the packet provided by you tonight, but I believe this packet doesn't really include all the information that you need to make a informed decision. Mr. Shane Anderson, in September of 2018, pulled a building permit for a residential shed. He later on went to pull permits in December, in January, and in April, all permits, plumbing, electrical, building, all for a residential shed. While this was going on, I did talk to Lance about it several times, and so finally, on September 10th of 2019, Mr. Brock sent a letter to Mr. Anderson stating that a field study had been determined that a violation had occurred. He informed Mr. Anderson that the property is located in a medium-intensity residential district, which bulk material storage, enclosed automobile or heavy equipment storage, and outdoor storage in yards are not permitted. These are the exact words from the letter. I'm sure you can get copies of those if you like. Mr. Brock at this time suggested the discontinuation of the commercial use within 30 days. Nothing ever happened. Nothing happened. So Mr. Parrington sent Mr. Anderson a letter on October 24th stating him basically that you're in current violation of Ascension Parish ordinances and stated that failure to correct these violations within a 15-day period will result in a lawsuit being filed against you and your company. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I asked Lance about it several times. He indicated to me that Mr. Anderson would not accept the letters that was being sent out by the parish. So on January 10th of this year, they had to get Mr. James LeBlanc, the constable, to serve him the letters, personally put them in his hand. 18 days later, Mr. Anderson requested the rezoning of the property. This was on January 28th, is when he actually requested rezoning of the property. I move forward now until August 4th, is when Mr. Anderson subdivided his property, which you now are looking at the plats of what he subdivided his property. It was one tract at one time. He subdivided it, and it looks to me like he subdivided it so that a portion of the lot would touch a mixed-use corridor so that you all would look at it and go, yeah, it's a mixed-use corridor. It looks like this is something that would fly with you. The staff comments in the packet that I received tonight states, the Ascension Parish Master Plan reflects the area is a neighborhood hub / commercial retail office spot. The staff recommends to accept the rezoning and request it based on the Ascension Parish Master Plan. The staff, I mean, how could the staff, I don't know who the staff is, I guess I do know who the staff is, but how did, when they say they recommend it, it's 5 people on the staff, Can we see those votes? What did they say? Which one of those five said this is a good idea? The Ascension Parish zoning and use tables defines permitted use by the district. The business should be classified as truck, terminal, and storage yards. If you look at what truck, terminal, and storage yards means, it says, it means buildings or yards for short-term parking or storage of trucks and freight pending transfer between locations. The young lady just stated a moment ago that it's very quiet. This is a business that operates 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and is not just a day thing. Using the classification for this business that, as it's described, I think it should be a medium in density or high density zoning.
Mr. Gocher, I don't mean to cut you off, but we have a 3-minute time limit.
I didn't know that.
I should have announced that ahead of time. I apologize.
So what do you want me to do at this point in time?
Well, I have some questions.
Yes.
I have some questions for staff. Did the current owner subdivide this land?
Yes.
When did he do that? And how did he do that?
He did it by simple division,
Okay.
and it was recently done. He has a house behind this property that he recently constructed.
That's on A2?
Yes, sir, and that's why he split the property off.
And then I was looking at this on maps. It looks like on the map we have of the Joseph Eugene property, which is to the, I guess it's to the south, across from Vera Street. It looks like there is currently, according to Google Maps, a residence on that property. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
So we have Mr. Gotro's residence to the north of this property, a residence to the south of this property. It looks like the residence on the Lena Bell property, and then it looks like a subdivision, Lake Park, across the street, and there's some commercial businesses across the street from where this business is, but they're non-conforming uses.
Correct.
I'm sure they're pre-existing non-conforming uses.
Yes.
And there looks like a sliver of mixed use coming in between the Lena Bell and the Joseph Eugene property, and this would be a second little island of mixed use coming in as well.
Correct.
One more question. The shop is a new building that he recently built, correct?
Yes, sir. Well, it's within a year or maybe 2 years. I think the building permit was issued.
And it encroaches into the...
Yes, sir. Yes.
So
Yes.
technically, it has to move it.
Yes, or request a variance or something like that. Yes, sir. Correct.
He built it.
Yes.
Where's his hardship for variance?
He could request it. That's not, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like, and I mean, this is a problem that I know has existed in this parish for some time, because it's certainly not the first time we've done this. But this guy went ahead and just opened a business where he wasn't zoned to. Fortunately, the parish was able to do something. Now he's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just come in and rezone it. Is that an accurate statement?
It's an accurate statement in which this is his option that he has to have in order for him to continue his use on the property.
Well, I will say this. As much as in favor of the master use plan that I am and have been, I mean, this looks like it's encroaching into a large residential area and sandwiching a non-conforming commercial business in between two residents. And I know it's Highway 431, which there are commercial businesses on 431, but I mean, he's got two neighbors right next to him. And we're not the final say, Mr. Gotro, Ms. Gaius, you know that. We just recommend one way or the other.
Can I
The
just
council's gonna do whatever they do.
Can I make another couple of comments, please?
Well, no, I think, because we got to keep the thing moving on, and I don't mean to disrespect you, but we have our rules by which we got to follow. I mean, I'm not in favor of recommending approval on this. I don't like the way it was done. I don't like him coming in. That happens too much in this parish, where people just come in and open up their business. They don't care who's next to them. And I think this looks a lot like spot zoning. And my inclination is not to recommend it, but I'll let the other commissioners speak if they'd like to.
Well, I think the permit that he obtained for the shop was under false pretense. It doesn't comply with the setback. I think that there's a lot of cleanup that needs to happen, and I don't particularly think that this use is compatible with the zoning that he's recommending or the surrounding land uses and the residential nature of this area, including the non-conforming other businesses that are there that are legally non-conforming. So with that, I'm going to recommend denial of the rezoning request.
All right, we have a motion to recommend denial by Mr. Dumas. A second on that motion? Second by Mr. Furman and/or Mr. Hodgkins. Okay, do we have all in favor of recommending denial?
Aye.
Any in opposition? Hearing none, the motion passes. So the recommendation is to deny the zoning change to the parish council. All right, item number 6B is zoning review ID PZ 2449.20, Lot A1 of subdivision FO, Lot A and Lot B of the estate of Mary R. Palmer into lots A1 and B1 for Colby Palmer located on the south side of Louisiana Highway 74, approximately 3,000 feet west of Airline Highway, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from medium-intensity residential to light industrial. And do we have an applicant here tonight yes, sir, come forward, please. Just please state your name and tell us what you're looking for.
Palmer. My family has owned this property their entire life, and they were in the towing business for approximately 20 years at this location. But when it closed, it lost its current zoning. So I'm asking for it to be rezoned to repurpose this property and open it back up as a towing service, which it once was.
All right.
For how long was it a towing service?
Approximately 20 years.
All right.
How long has it been closed?
Yeah.
6.
6 years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, staff?
Staff recommends to deny the rezone as requested to light industrial. Once rezoned to light industrial, all permitted uses in light industrial would be allowed, and the master plan reflects a state subdivision.
Right.
All right, we'll go ahead and open a public hearing on this. Ms. Jamaica?
Signed up.
Nobody's signed up to speak on this. Okay, I thought there would be people here to speak on this. All right, questions, comments, and/or a motion by the commissioners?
Yeah, question, staff. When did the zoning revert back to what it is currently?
Sure, after 6 months, after the business shuts down, it reverts back to its non-conforming use or its conforming zoning.
So it's back just to,
Yes, sir. Its
Residential.
underlining zoning is residential, RM. Yes, sir.
right.
I think that, the requested rezoning is not consistent with the master plan nor the surrounding
Right.
land use or nature of the area, so I'm going to recommend that we recommend to the parish council that we deny the rezoning request.
All right, we got a motion to recommend denial to the Ascension Parish Council of this zoning request. Do I have a second? Second, motion by Mr. Dumas, second by Mr. Furman. All in favor?
Aye.
Any in opposition? Hearing none, the motion passes. Item number 7 is a staff report. I know, Mr. Brock, you're very long-winded, but if you
Yes.
could keep it brief tonight,
I
that'd
can
be
try.
great.
No report.
As normal. All right, item number 8,
So moved.
motion to adjourn. Thank you all for coming. Have a pleasant evening.